Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries. Thank you for joining me. And how are you? I'm come see, come saw. So this is going to be kind of the beginning of a double feature, as I like to call them when there's two pieces of the same topic, sort of beginning and end. This is going to be about the first part of my days at Crossroads High School for the Arts and Sciences, otherwise known as Crossroads School for the Arts and Sciences. I'm going to talk about my seventh grade year in 1978, where I was 12. I'm going to talk about my eighth grade year in 79 when I was 13. And then we're going to get around to my ninth grade year, which was 80 to 81-ish. So that's what we're going to get around to. And then we have tomorrow's second half of high school. So I went to, basically I was pulled from public school and put in fourth grade into an where I was it was all black school. I was the only white kid. It was, a dream scenario for me in terms of just sort of academically and interpersonally. It was also very progressive. Of course, my mother always had to be like on top of the next progressive thing. And at that time, that was the thing. It was not in a great area. It was my beloved school. So then I'm pulled out of that and put into the Center for Early Education, which again is a very prestigious school. A little less kind of hippy dippy-ishy, richy, hippy dippy-ishy than Crossroads was when I walked into it. CE was, what it was. I mean, there was nothing hippy dippy about CEE, Center for Early Education. Now, I'm just going to skip over that because that's fifth and sixth grade. So, again, not a diverse school. Okay, I went from fourth grade, I went into CEE. To be honest with you, not to harp on this, but it is a part of my reality. There were maybe 5 black kids at CE in the whole student body, 2 of which were Diana Ross's kids, so the other 3 were mine. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, I'm there 5th and 6th grade. 5th grade is just 5th grade, and then at the end of 5th grade, I start making a friend. And then this lasts all through 6th grade, and he becomes my best friend in the whole wide world. That scenario sort of saved my life at that time because it was the beginning of a terrible time for me. So 12th grade, 12th grade, jumping ahead a bit, 12 years old, Jason and I, my best friend, both virtually get into Crossroads simultaneously. Like we both, we were preparing. I had to go to like tutor for summer school and whatever to get in. So we both get in. It was very hard to get in, even though it was sort of kind of a rich, hippy-dippy school, which I'll kind of explain. So my best friend and I are now in Crossroads, and I'm in 7th grade. And again, if I didn't have my best friend, I would be a wreck and a half. But I did. Crossroads was not a diverse school again at all. And listen, guys, I am so sorry, my alum, but this is the case, and I am pointing it out, and it does touch me personally. And it's not something that I ever discussed at Crossroads, perhaps with one person later on in like 11th grade. So here I am, and I am in 7th grade at this very prestigious, very predominantly white school. Again, celebrity kids, there were celebrity kids at CEE, Cher, Diana Ross, big, like Jessica Rich, Lee Rich's daughter, Bogart's kid, the huge music producer. And then coming into Crossroads, it was kind of the same thing a little bit. Not like megastars like Diana Rossi, but like these were very wealthy people, very wealthy folks. They had heiress kids. But 7th grade at Crossroads was still, the whole student body was 750 kids. And I challenge anyone at Crossroads, if you were there in 78, yeah, there were only about 750 kids there. There are people that can vouch for me, Clara. There are people that are OG, Crossroads like me. So, fabulous drama department, by the way, unparalleled drama department that I walked into, which was amazing. First production was, A Miracle Worker, starring Clara Sturrock, which I was like, oh my God. So, but it's a terrible time for me in many ways. Seventh grade at Crossroads, I was, I guess you could say, bullied or no, harassed. The first day of seventh grade at Crossroads, I am told, I'm asked, why are you dressed like an F? FAG. First time I'd ever been called that, let alone really known much about that word, because we just didn't say that word in fourth grade, and you certainly didn't say it at CEE. So that was fun. It was the beginning of, like I said, not the best time. If my best friend wasn't around, if he was sick or he was absent or whatever, it was a terrifying nightmare. It was 2 clicks away from eating lunch in the bathroom stall or staff bathroom. I did have a good friend, Valerie, and Valerie also helped me get through seventh grade, because seventh grade, as progressive as you thought you were in '78, we had a long way to go, apparently. So we won't get into the ethnic part of it anymore until we get into 11th and 12th grade, because it didn't change. So I get into eighth grade. Now, this is 1979. I'm 13. Okay. I will be soon 14. Oh my God, we all know what that means. So this 79 was great. 78 was my favorite year of all time. Don't ask me why. Just what was going on culturally and musically, and it just hit me hard. 79 still very cool. My times with my best friend in 79 were easily some of the best times of my life. Memories that I still feel warm about. You know those memories that you can taste. Those were those memories with my best friend in 79. In eighth grade, as I was going towards 14, I sort of distanced myself a bit from those close to me. In fact, those closest to me. I was drifting. I was noticing a few other people at school that were different. Di- they were just different. And there are certain things I didn't want to bring people that I cared about into, because I started sniffing a little bit of a little bit, I don't know. I mean, naughty just does not really cut it anymore, guys. I mean, I was drifting into wherever I was drifting. And that's not the only reason why, but I did distance myself because I did smell towards the end of eighth grade something coming that was not academic in nature. It was social in nature. So I didn't want that to happen. Started getting kind of a sniffy at the end of eighth grade. Now ninth grade hits. Now we're into 1980, going into the beginning of 81. These were Sean's notorious years. So we're now 1980, 1981, ninth grade at Crossroads. Again, same sort of, demographic landscape. There were a couple of extra folks that, let's just say, I could relate to. One in particular, I don't know how else to say, relate to is as polite as I can be about inclusion and diversity. So, yes, these were notorious years for me. Yes, I hate to tell you guys, there was one person on campus at Crossroads you could get really good drugs from. There was an incident very early on. I was there where this kid, older grade kid, and Crossroads 78 will remember this, apparently was, on LSD, and he happened to put his hand through a pane window next to what became the library on the second floor by the staircase. And basically, he was there at school the next day or within 48 hours, no questions asked. Maybe there was some, I don't know, discussion. This was not like it is now, I can assure you. Um, I don't know where to start with ninth grade. Well, there's a lot I want to tell you, but I guess I need to make it clear, apparently, since things have impacted me so severely of late, that 1980 into the beginning of 1981 was my big being 14 year. Everything that I've talked about on so many shows, the felonious behavior, I was 14, okay? I don't mean to fudge on times. If somebody's going to say, oh, but it was 2 days over on whatever, look, I turned 15 2 days into prep on ET, okay? ET was 9 weeks, 9 to 11 weeks. That's 9 to 11 weeks. And then I'm back into being 15, okay? 15, I started to kind of begin to get kind of my head together. By 16, I had a license. My head was pretty together. And then by 17, I was like, sparkling clean. I may smoke a little pot, if at all, or not even drink. By 17, things were, but okay, well, then, yes, there was notorious years um, before I turned 15 on the second day of ET. I don't know, you guys. I mean, hey, it had. Look, there's no apolosaries in my vocabulary. I should say unnecessaries, actually, not apolosaries. Unnecessaries. Unnecessaries. Apologies that are not warranted. And so that's how I feel about 1980. Because I started ET in 81 and we released it in 82, and then I was in 10th grade, and then I was in 11th grade studying, I graduated with honors, okay, because of 2 solid years work in communications classes, extracurricular, extra points, and I graduated with honors. So I guess I don't know. Your lesson being don't be naughty at 14 because somebody may hire you. I don't know. But 7th grade still remained my favorite year ever because, like I said, there was so much going on outside of school and away from home. Home by 9th grade was like literally if you had had to live my life at 14, I don't know what to tell you guys. Would you still be around? It was hell, and it's all in my book. I hate to keep saying that. It's in the book. It's in the book. But there's certain things like we're going to go into 11th and 12th grade tomorrow. So I guess this sort of wraps up 7th grade terror, 8th grade ambivalence, kind of drifty, and then the 9th grade that you all know about. 10th I'm skipping, like I said, because that was a year for me that takes up an entire chapter in my book, and it was so life altering and so impactful on me. I cannot discuss 10th grade. It's like I said, it's in the book. But 11th and 12th were very interesting, and that'll be tomorrow. And then we're done with my high school marathon. Crossroads School for the Arts and Sciences, located in Santa Monica, California, my old stomping ground, the West Side, city of Santa Monica and Venice. Just as familiar with the West Side as I really was the East Side, which would be Hollywood, my main stomping ground. Anyway, we're all over the place, and we're done. 7th covered, 8th covered, 9th has been covered over the past 6 months, 4 months. We've been on for 4 months. What are we up to? Almost 142,000 views in 4 months. Anyway, I love you guys. You know that. And I promise an interesting 11th and 12th grade tomorrow. And excuse all the ethnic diversity stuff I lean into. It's just me. It's not criticism, essentially, because CEE was an impeccable academic experience, and Crossroads offered the best academic environment academically that there was to be had at the time throughout my years there and since. It's just a hell of a lot more expensive and popular. So, with that, I will leave you. I really hope you had a nice day today. And I don't know, you enjoyed tonight or not or whatever, but that you're okay, that you're doing good. I'm hanging in there. So, I'll see you tomorrow. What else is new? And as always, thanks for putting up with my stories and sharing, letting me share with you, actually. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow.